this Thursday, the 13th of July, 2023. Can you believe, everybody, that we're on the downhill towards the end of the year already?
Yep.
Goodness me.
Amazing.
And yeah, while things are going down, other things are going up, and things are looking up. Some really exciting developments happening within Bitcoin trend and forecast, within BTAF token projects. Nice to see the market a little healthier as well, a little bit of ups and downs as well. But we're going to be covering all of that in this AMA here today, touching on some updates on our token, general market sentiment around BNB, at least, that Marius will be covering shortly. But we're going to be covering a whole bunch of things in today's session as well, some of the usual bits, some extras, some exciting things around some of the projects and stuff that Vicky will be touching on. Winnie's going to be touching on the upcoming gifting airdrop for August. Can you believe it, August? And then Nick is going to be teaching us and enlightening us a little bit more around the differences on security tokens and utility tokens. So that's very cool. I remember the one from 2 weeks ago around security, very comprehensive. I'm looking forward to this presentation coming up shortly. But first up, Marius, you'll be taking us through the analysis of BNB as well as our BTAF token. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you very much, John. And thank you for everybody from around the world who is here live today. And also for those who are watching the video wherever you are in the world. The first thing that we're going to have a look here, I'm just going to give you a broad update of what's happening in the market. Listen, there's nothing to be concerned of, you know. Remember what we said is that BNB was one of the coins that actually came down right here to the bottom on 18 June 2020. And remember, right at that point, we came out, long before that point, actually, we predicted and said 18 July 2022 will be the low in cryptos, and this coin made the low long before that time. If you pull a line there, you can see that it has never, ever dropped below that low. Guys, this is BNB. Think about this now for a second. So now BNB is sitting in that little block there. Now, the reason I'm telling you what's happening here with BNB is because we went and built the BTAF token on the BNB network. A couple of reasons for that. Remember that BNB is virtual machine accessible. That means that we can actually convert the BTAF token to be operated on the Ethereum network, which we are going to do in the future. Don't worry about that. Remember, guys, we've got a long-term vision. We don't pack everything just here in 1 month and we're up and running and everything is just beautiful. To make money, to be successful, you have to have a long-term strategy. We are not building an iPhone and every 3 months you want a new iPhone. It doesn't work like this. But if you can have a little bit of patience, you are going to win. Remember here where we said buy BNB at that point there? You're still up. You're still up. Remember, the market is just very, very, very slow. But that is going to explode. When markets move sideways like this, I tell you now, the upside is going to look like this. Okay, so many people, not us here, not us at BTAF token and Bitcoin trend and forecast.com. We know what to do. We know what patience is. Now, this line that you see here, that is the line where we launched the Bitcoin TAF token, the BTAF token. You can see here that if you draw a line there, that we are a little bit under the line in terms of, let's say, where BNB is. So we are trading about there. Now let's go to the BTAF token and see where the BTAF token is. The BTAF token, as I said to you, got launched there, and we are trading almost at the same place where we launched. Not a problem. Remember, we already came down here. We had that spike. We made our profit 1,000%. If you sold there, you made some money. Multiple people made money. I got multiple messages from people, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800%. Okay, doesn't matter. Now, we are staking. My coins is staking too, you too. The result of a sideways move, and remember, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just telling you what happens here in Elliott Wave. The resulting move here is going to be a 5-wave up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what's going to happen. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you a little bit cherry on the cake to give you an idea of what's going to happen. But keep it only between us here at the BTAF token membership. don't talk too much about what I'm going to show you. But what's going to happen here is similar to what happened in Bitcoin Cash. Let's go back to Bitcoin Cash, and I'm going to show you there now. Bitcoin Cash on the long view, similar to that of BNB, came down from the top, made a low here. Now remember, this was 18 July. Remember, BNB did it long before. Okay. Now, Bitcoin Cash got squashed a little bit here, similar to what's now happening with BNB. Look what happened here. It had a vertical spike to the upside, and people made 400%. Now I'm going to show you now what happened here. This is now in the 4-hour view. If I go back and replay this now, okay, let's go and replay that. Now, what we told our members here, members of Elliott Wave Report, Long-Term Trade Report, we said, guys, we need to buy here. You need to buy here, you need to buy here. And it doesn't matter where you buy, but this is now consolidation. This yellow block is a consolidation. I'm going to play that and show you what happened. Now, keep in mind, we've got the BTAF token here, okay, going sideways, sideways, sideways. And you can see here, we correctly predicted here that we're going to go A, B, C to here to that 96. And guys, I'm not making this up. We predicted that 96.94 months ahead of this. And here you can see how the market went sideways, sideways, and we said there's going to be a drop coming here, and this is where we buy. We said a possible retest of this low, 32.4%, place your orders there, it's going to happen. And then we said there's going to be a vertical spike, so keep your eye on what happened here now. We went down here from this ABC, corrective ABC, to that C point there, and as the market then moved, it started going downwards. And this is similar to what happened with BTAF token. So I would not be concerned about the BTAF token at this point. Because remember, Bitcoin Cash is not going to come down. And as you can see here, we tried to break out there. We had a failure here. And then up directly there at point number 4. Then we had that wick down onto the red line. See there, it was going to break out here and wick down there. And then we said, here comes the spike in Bitcoin Cash. That is what I refer to. Many of you know, I refer to that as a scissor cut. That is where the elite that control the markets go and put another pattern in. And then the next pattern is a beautiful spike to the upside. Now look at this. We predicted 220 right there to the dot. The next prediction was 319 right to the dot. And then I'm now predicting that we're going to go sideways here in Bitcoin Cash. And at any moment here, let's just see where it stops. At any moment, we're going to make an A, B, C, D, E sideways. See this little block here? Okay, and there it's stopped now. That's where we are as of today. So that block can be long or short. We don't know. It can be short, but I think it's going to be a little bit longer here, Bitcoin Cash. Because remember, Bitcoin Cash already made that 258%. Now, this spike upwards here, as soon as we're done with this sideways move in Bitcoin Cash, we can have an immediate break upwards here into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, top of EE. We at Bitcoin Trend and Forecast, our memberships, we're going to take some profit there. That signal will be in the reports of LTT, Elliott Wave, MTT, and across the board. But for those people that do, let's say, scalp trading, for you, you've got all those indicators. Now, let's have a look back quickly what happened here. We correctly called this, and there's multiple coins that are going to spike. Like, for example, Dash is also going to do that. When you see this scissor cut, which happened in a lot of coins already, it already happened in Litecoin a long time ago. Litecoin was the first coin to do it. Now let's go back here to the BTAF token. What is different here? There's absolutely nothing different. If we can literally draw a consolidation line like this, all that has happened is because we spiked so high, the market had to slowly come down. Now we're literally just trading like Bitcoin Cash. And at one point, I believe when this line breaks out, yes, similar to that, that is just a little mini one. Go and have a look at the chart that I posted in the Telegram channel. This is a max one. What happens after this? See that mini one, how it spiked? I'm just going to leave my comments here. So over to you. Thank you. Thank you, John.
It's really great to be able to look at this objective data, Marius, looking at the proprietary algorithmic data to see what has happened historically and looking at this and how things could play out. Again, we don't have any sort of forward price projections at all, but looking at this objective data, it's really great to be able to see that. So thank you, Morris, for the continuation in that analysis, both on our token within BNB and the general market as well. For those of you who aren't in long-term trade reports on Elliott Wave, go and check it out, because BTAF Pay can be used to pay for your Elliott Wave and algorithmic data section there as well. Thanks, Marius. Any questions that anybody might have, by all means, please do drop it down in the chat below, specifically around our BTAF token. Speaking of tokens, staking. I know, Vicky, this is being ongoing. We're on to our second course of staking, but there's some beautiful cherries on top, and that's more to do with the IPO members channel and the projects that we've actually launched across bitcointaf.com. Over to you. That's fine.
Sorry, was muted. Thank you. Okay, first of all, there's a few things that I want to say today, but first of all, we will have a little look at staking just so everyone is comfortable. And if you don't know, you need to go to the website and then go to the staking page. So let's do that now. And then if you scroll down, you will see there are two dashboards, because we have an old staking contract that is no longer, you're no longer able to stake into that contract. But if you have staked, you can now unstake your tokens and claim your rewards. And then we have our new contract that is available for staking. So both of these, it doesn't really matter where you do it. You can do it up here on the upper right-hand corner. You can do it there, or you can do it there. It doesn't matter which button. If you connect your MetaMask, you will see that we still have 51 days until this contract matures, so you are able to stake. Now, like the other one, just to let you know, so this is the old staking contract. So it has no date because it has matured. So this is the one that you will need to unstake your tokens and claim your rewards if you still have them in that contract. And you can do so, both of those, without penalty now. And then up at the top, this is the new staking contract. It does have 51 days left in it, but just like the other one, if you were with us during the other one, you will know that we have to turn the staking contract off a little bit early, because at some point, it'll cost you more to stake into the contract than you'll generate rewards out of it. But it's still quite a few weeks left to that. So we will let you know. It's in August. So we will let you know, and again, we will have a new staking contract for you to stake into. So we're not going to leave you high and dry, but we will have all that information out before it happens, just like we did in the other one. So this is the one you need to stake into if you want to. So if you do want to, you can just hit this button and it will start the stake, and you just let people know and let the contract know how many you want, and then you proceed to stake. So it's the same dashboard as the old one. These are your lines of staking. So I was actually doing a little bit of a test. So I have quite a few lines, but each time you stake, you will get a different line. So I just wanted to make sure everyone knows that there are two. So just be careful which one you are interacting with, because you don't want to accidentally unstake the ones that you just staked, because there will be a penalty. So just make sure that you are aware which one you're interacting with when you do that. But this is the staking, so it's going very well. Most people have unstaked from the old contract and staked into the new contract. But if you haven't, it's a good time to do that, because these tokens are not doing anything for you anymore. So they're just sitting there. You're not going to lose them, but they're just sitting there, not generating any rewards for you anymore. So it's best if you unstake them, and then if you like, stake them into the new contract. That's going well. Now, the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about, now, if you have been living under a rock, you might not have heard, but if you haven't, and if you are in any of our chats, you have heard that we are launching a new product. And the new product is in the store, and it's called Hybrid Meta, and it is an opportunity to buy into a very early stage project that is available. And what I wanted to do today is play you the video. Now, the video is available. You go to bitcointrendingforecast.com and select products up here. And at this particular moment, the product is right here. Now, If you are an IPO member, so that is a diamond or platinum member, or if you're in our inner circle or trade partners, you won't be buying it from here because it does cost a little bit more from here. So don't buy it from here. You have a special link with a special price. So if you're not sure, get in touch with us. But if we go in here, it tells you all about the product and the project. And right here, this little download documents, if you click that, you'll get to a PDF document that tells you all about this project. Or if you scroll down a little bit more, there is a little click here button, and we made it really big. And that goes also to the two, it's actually a PDF that you'll be reading. So the PDF looks like this. So it tells you all about the project. And the reason why we are extremely excited about this project, well, first of all, this project is, as it says, the world's first web-free fashion and merchandise ecosystem for licensed brands and talent. And what that means in a nutshell is there's a lot of products out there already. You know, you can buy an NFT of something and you can use it in the metaverse, or you can go to a physical store and buy a t-shirt or something. But mostly you can't do both. And this project actually does both. So what will be happening is you will be buying a physical product, like let's say a t-shirt. But as well, you're going to get the opportunity to mint that t-shirt as an NFT and wear it in a certain metaverse, or you can actually sell it on the secondary market or whatever you'd like to do with it. So it's a little bit different than other projects. And the other thing is, when you buy certain things, you're also going to be able to get certain VIP content. So you might have access to something that other people won't, or, you know, if it's a concert ticket, you might get a little bit of a backstage pass, or you might get some other live streaming services that other people don't have. So the reason why, though, now this is information that you can read, but the reason why we're so excited about this, it kind of sounds, you know, oh, what, you know, same. But for one thing, this is the reason we're excited, because this particular project already has secured the IP rights to all of these. So they have the exclusive intellectual property rights to Warner Brothers. So that's DC Heroes. So that's Superman, Batman. It has Harry Potter, Looney Tunes, all of the Warner Brothers movies, official emoji brand, Iron Maiden, the band. So if anyone's as old as I am, Iron Maiden is quite a big band still in the world. And as you can see and then they're also in final negotiations with Paramount Pictures. So MTV, Nickelodeon, and all the pictures and all the movies that they put out. Hasbro, which is the game site, NASCAR, F1, Warner Brothers, you know, you can read on and on and on. Now, the reason this is so exciting is because they're also going to be cross-promoting with these people. So if you want to buy a Superman t-shirt it's called Phygital, it's Phygital, it's physical and digital both. These are the only people that you're going to be able to do it with. So if you go to Warner Brothers is actually going to be promoting this particular company and say, well, if you want a Phygital t-shirt and an NFT both together, you have to buy it from them. And that's why it's so exciting, because intellectual property is everything in this market. So you'll be able to wear your, you know, Looney Tunes shirt, you'll be able to turn it into an NFT and then wear it in certain metaverses. And that's why we're so excited about this project. And the other reason is because of the team behind it. Now, any project can say that they can do this, but the team is really the one that will be able to actually execute it. So without a team that is experienced, you know, any project could fail. And this team is actually quite talented. They've already done it in the physical world. So we have people that have, for instance, been head of licensing at Walt Disney, Paramount Pictures, Viacom, CBS, Nickelodeon. The head of Lacoste has just joined the team as well. So these people know what they're doing with merchandising and fashion, and they're going to be bringing that into the Web3 world. So this is actually why we're so excited about this project. Now, I just want to play you a little video as well. Now, this video is available on Bitcoin Trending Forecast under the product, but now hopefully I have shared my sound as well. So please tell me if I haven't, John. Can you hear that? Excellent.
In the last 5 years, the retail industry has undergone a significant change. Physical retailers have seen major downturns and have conceded market share with major players in online retail, which has seen a boom in revenues. Brands and consumers alike want to engage in Web3, but are deterred by the complexities and scams that are out there, and the lack of utility in most digital-only collectibles. A wave of anti-fast fashion movements has commenced, and with that, a new audience of consumers wanting fairness, transparency, quality, and authenticity in the products they purchase. The founding partners of the Hybrid Smart Factory have substantial experience in this space and understand the needs of retailers, brands, and the manufacturing industry. This is why we have created a blueprint for the ultimate solution. Hybrid Meta is the world's first end-to-end ecosystem for licensed brands and talent to enter Web3 for fashion and merchandise. With gamers already spending over $100 billion a year on virtual goods, there is no doubt the Hybrid Meta model will prove to be lucrative in transitioning more sectors into Web3. The hybrid ecosystem consists of smart factories, a place to manufacture premium apparel, wall art, and accessories with blockchain-enabled NFC tags in each item produced. A platform and marketplace to purchase, mint, and store your digital goods without any prior setup, as well as a phygital fashion studio. Each physical item we make in our factory comes with a digital version that will be compatible with metaverse platforms as part of our direct-to-avatar business model. Fans who purchase will get a physical item that they can wear proudly that has unrivaled proof of authenticity and provenance. A digital item that they can use in various ways across metaverse, gaming, and social media, as well as access to a world of brand-driven VIP benefits exclusive to the owner of the item. We will only ever release up to 10,000 units per collection and will leverage each brand's fan base and content channels to achieve sellout drops. Hybrid Meta has agreed terms with major brand owners for the rights to over 250 plus IP globally to produce digital and physical fashion and merchandise and establish partnerships with world-leading innovators of both the manufacturing side of the business and the tech side of the business. The team behind Hybrid Meta has over 30 years of brand licensing expertise on the founding team, including former head of license for Walt Disney Company and global vice president licensing for Paramount Pictures Viacom CBS. Hybrid Meta will become the first ecosystem to bridge the gap between traditional retail and Web3 retail, enabling brands and their millions of fans to transition to Web3 for the first time, whilst offering a real-world product that has rarity, authenticity, and value.
So I think they say it best. They can say it much better than I do, but it's an actually exciting project. And it was supposed to end earlier today, but we have actually secured a little bit more allocation. So that's why we are keeping it open. So if anyone is interested, it's not going to be open for very long, I don't think. So, you know, in the next couple hours, maybe a bit longer, depending. But if you would like it, you can go to the store and products, have a look. The video that you just saw is right here. So you can actually click that video and see it again. And the PDFs that I just showed were here, just there. Now the PDF, just to let you know, does have the old date on it. So just disregard that. It's basically going to be there now. So we will only have it on the store until it's sold out. And again, if you're an IPO member, an IC member, or a trade partners member, you do have a different section. You can see that in your back office. So that's what I just wanted to say today, is because we're very excited about this project.
Well, I think we can all go home now and be done, because we can't top that. I mean, that was a beautiful presentation. Sorry, Nico. I mean, I think you took the cake 2 weeks ago, but Vix, that is an incredibly exciting project. I mean, looking at the partnerships already that have been confirmed, the ones that are still under negotiations, but just the concept itself with Hybrid Meta, Very exciting things. It's kind of the way that the world's going, this phygital future. I quite like it. Very, very exciting. I'm looking forward to buying my Batman t-shirt with having my metaverse companion alongside it. It's very cool. Yeah, I'm quite excited. I hope the rest of you are who are watching live and who hopefully get to see this recording in time. But like Vicky said, go check out the back office for those of you who are lucky enough to be IC members, trade partners, as well as the IPO channel members. But there is an option for the rest of you to be able to buy in on this very exciting project. Again, not financial advice, more phygital advice. It's very exciting. Thanks, Vix, and to the team behind the scenes who've managed to find this gem, one of the many that have been found during the last couple of months. For more information, go check the IPO channel. And again, bitcointaf.com, go check out the products as well. Thanks, Vix. Very cool. All right, Niku, good luck. But from an educational point of view, super important as well. We're going to be looking at security and utility tokens. And this is a very important element for all of us in this sphere of cryptocurrencies, virtual currencies, and the world that we live in now, that we're being immersed in through phygital sides of things, to the actual trading of these extensions. So, Nico, please enlighten us.
Yeah, thanks so much, John. Yeah, it's a difficult one to be that one, so I'll try my best. But yes, let me share my screen here and let's get going. And this is very important I want to talk about today. And a lot of questions surrounding this. So just to bring a little bit more clarity on this, knowing of a utility and a security token and what precisely is the difference for it. So let's see, our mascots are being showered of coins here. They also want to know. So let's get cracking. So what are cryptocurrency tokens? Now, remember, there's blockchains, there's different types of platforms, and then, of course, there's tokens too. And people get confused sometimes with the two concepts. So cryptocurrency tokens are the type of virtual currency tokens that reside on their own blockchains and represent an asset or a utility. Now, these tokens are often used to fundraise for crowd sales, but they can also serve as a substitute for other things. Now, they are usually built on another blockchain like Binance Smart Chain, and that should sound very familiar for everyone here at Bitcoin TAF Token, which provides the underlying technology for tokens transaction and issuance. And unlike cryptocurrencies, which operate independently, a token represents a specific utility or asset, or is tied to a specific company or project with a larger cryptocurrency infrastructure. So think about that. Think about BTAF token and bitcointaf.com. That larger cryptocurrency infrastructure and a specific company or project that we are doing. So that is just what it is and definition and basically about what it is. Now, what is a utility token, you might ask? What is a security token? What's a utility token? Now, first, a utility token is a user's token. And this provides users with a future access to products or services. Now, think about Bitcoin TAF Pay. Not created to be an investment and can create an internal economic system within the confines of the project itself. It's also a form of digital asset made to be spent within a particular blockchain ecosystem. So Bitcoin TAF tokens are utility tokens with the vision to create a global platform that allows the tokens to be used as a purchase digital products easily. So that is a utility token. So Bitcoin TAF token, that's what we always say in all the presentation, all the AUAs, we are utility tokens. We're not security tokens. And that's what our vision also is with the Bitcoin TAF token at the end of the day. Then what is a security token? Now, this is where it becomes more hectic. It's a digital asset subject to federal securities and regulations. Very important. So there's a lot of legal stuff that's connected to it. Derived value from external tradable asset, and like traditional securities, because these promise potential future profits in the form of dividends, revenue shares, or price appreciation, and can represent shares in a company, ownership of a real estate, or participation in investment funds. That's what I call it. Security. It's much more legal, it's much more bound according to rules and regulations. So for example, there are security tokens like Poly, Nexo, Spice, and T0. If you want to go check out, read up a little bit more about that, but that's what a security token is. Now, differences between the utility and security token. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Now, remember a lot of differences between the two, so we don't get confused. The regulatory perspective. Security tokens are regulated by the federal security laws, while utility tokens are not. The purpose of this, utility tokens provide access to a product or service, while security tokens provide an investment opportunity. Now, value derivation, the value of utility tokens is based on the demand for the product or service, while the value of the security tokens is based on performance of the underlying asset. And the rights, security tokens often grant ownership rights, while utility tokens grant using rights. And the investors' expectation at the end of the day is the utility tokens always want to use the product or service, while the security token holders want to return on investment. So we are using the BTAF tokens to purchase products, and especially on our own site as well with BitcoinTAF.com. I think the last one now was MTT, and the newest one will be announced shortly. So why the distinction matters is the legal implication of misclassified a token can be severe, the legal implications. So if you classify a certain token you have as, say, a utility, but it is actually a security, there can be lots of legal implications. And that's why Bitcoin TAF token, we always, according to the book, we always follow rules and regulations, that we stay in the framework, legal framework. And if, for example, the SEC in the United States and others that's like that globally are cracking down on tokens misclassified as utility tokens when they are indeed security tokens. So that is why it really matters. So thank you. That's just a short little presentation. And just quickly want to also speak about this, John. We have had in the past, you will see on the Bitcoin TAF token Telegram channel, we had Tuffy's training tips. We're up to lesson 12, I believe. And staking and security tips are coming soon now, because look at this, the rabbit is a bit left out. She wants to take over, but she wants to help Tuffy. She wants in on action. So she will now start looking at giving us some staking tips as well as safety and security tips for Bitcoin TAF tokens. So I just want to make that little announcement too. So thanks, John. That's all from me. Over to you.
Super important stuff. Super important stuff. It's important everybody does their own research around it. And Nico, thank you for doing the research on that, and a really great presentation. Love those slides. Good old Fluffy. Looking forward to some of her tips, the lighter side of things, but still relevant as well. So almost as exciting as Vicky's section, but as important, if not more important. No offense, Vicky, but thank you, Niku, again, for enlightening and educating us around that. We here at BitcoinTAF.com, we are a training platform, and we try and enlighten and educate all of our members across the board around these different things. So everything from Marius' side in terms of the market, down to, again, the enlightening of projects to come, but also the security, like you've touched on, Nico, as well as the differences between utility tokens and, of course, security tokens. Speaking of utility tokens, back to BTAF token. Wendy, a quick update on the gifting airdrops, if you don't mind. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. So the gifting airdrop, everybody needs to understand, is actually closed. So for the new requests, we are case by case basis only at the end of this month. So we will be totally not taking any more requests for new tokens. So we've been saying this for the last couple AMAs. We really want everybody, if you're not unstaked from the old TAF staking and you haven't requested your new BTAF tokens, it's been over a year now. So you need to kind of like wake up and watch your tokens and get those requests in. So what we want to finally do is we want to finish up the gifting by the end of the year. And so most people there's been a lot of people that have already received all of their tokens, and the rest of them we probably got about 3 or 4 months left and we're done. So we will be finished up with all of the gifting by the end of the year. That is our goal and our target, sooner if possible, but we are winding it down. So this is really good news, that everybody will have their BTAF tokens to continue to use on the staking platform. And every month you can create and put them on the new staking platforms as we keep creating them. Vicky and her team have been doing an exceptional job on the staking contract. There's a lot that goes behind the scenes, and we're going to have newer ones in the future. that are being developed, but they do take time. So just kind of stay tuned to the channels and you'll see what's going on and what all we can offer, and be able to earn more of them. So we are on track. Couple more weeks now, and then we'll be hitting August 1st will be the next gifting. Again, if you are getting your tokens and you're not seeing them in your MetaMask wallet, make sure you're importing them. Okay, we've had a lot of questions in the support area that people just, they can't see their gifted tokens, but you're not importing them. So hopefully everybody's importing them and they're getting them in their wallets. We have lots of great help on the website, where the little paw is up in the corner, the little help paw. And then there's a lot, the team has taken a great deal of time and effort to put extensive videos on MetaMask, how to make sure that you know how to operate those. And do reach out in your support tickets if you're struggling in any way. We're definitely here to help you and make sure, but we've added lots of videos, and hopefully most of your questions will be answered in the help center. So the tokens are great. I love the fact that the little bunny rabbit's going to be pleasing the little puppy dog, and I see that she's using them steak. I wonder who had anything behind that. That was pretty funny. So I'm glad to see that Tuffy's got a little competition and is trading tips, and we'll see if the little female rabbit is a little bit on her game and coming up with some good stuff. So it should be fun to see. So thank you for that presentation. As far as with the what is it, the project itself, it really is a good project, guys. I just want to really emphasize that the project is one of the best that we have seen in the last 2 years. With everything that's going behind it, we don't bring projects to you unless they're really good. This is an exceptional opportunity. Do your own research, of course, but the allocation is at seed phase, and at seed phase is rare to get. Usually you'll get it at private sale, and after private sale, then it goes public. So we have a little bit of time, but the window of opportunity to get the seed sale price and the allocations and the product in the back office is within hours. Unfortunately, they have to close that phase and then they move into the next phase, which we have another allocation for. So if you're interested in the project, it does appear to be really into that Web3 and into the licensing. So we are very excited. That was a great presentation, Vicki. I think that's all from my side. If anybody has any questions, please put in support ticket if you're concerned about your BTAF tokens at all. But we answer that we're all caught up on our stuff 100%. So everything is flowing really well with the BTAF token.
Absolutely.
So
No, well, thank you, Wendy. And again, as a reminder, we will be finalizing or notifying you of that deadline date. We were looking at October. We are going to confirm that with all of you, but as per usual, we'll keep you updated in the announcement channel and our weekly bulletin, et cetera, and again, that's where you can find the link for the sports ticket center, where our team is always meticulously answering those questions. We do know that there are 1 or 2 people who still got their token staked in the 90-day 65% APR contract who haven't yet made use of the unstake button function and be able to then stake into the current staking contract side of things. Just having a look to see if there are any questions that have popped up. No questions from everybody or anybody. Quite a comprehensive one, but there should be a bunch of questions. Hopefully, if the presentation by Vicki wasn't comprehensive, but it sure was, there's a bunch of information for those of you in the IPO channel. Obviously, those in a circle, as well as trade partners, and anybody else who's thinking about seriously and quickly about getting in on this new project, Hybrid Meta. Definitely go and have a quick research on that. Again, not financial advice, but it's looking very promising. Nicely done, team. And despite the current market, we know we have advised you all before that it is difficult for a number of projects and entities to try and launch in this market. But look at Hybrid Meta for sure. Cool. Anything else from anybody else in the team? Exciting stuff. Get cracking. Thank you, Nico. Thank you again for the educational element. Marius as well from your side. But again, thank you, team. Fantastic stuff. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time. That'll be on the 27th of July, but keep your eye on the announcement channel, on our socials, on our blog, for any updates around anything that is going on. Until then.
Awesome. Thank you, John.
Thanks, everyone.
Ciao, ciao.
Good to see everybody, and we'll see you again on the next AMA.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Bye-bye.